Hello, I'm Rhiannon Murray, Subject Officer for GCE, AS and A-Level Psychology at EDUCAS. Welcome to this podcast where I'll take you through the advanced information for EDUCAS GCE Psychology as published on our EDUCAS website on February 7th. Firstly, some context for the decisions that all exam boards have been required to make. We've adhered to the principles agreed by Ofqual and all exam boards in developing advanced information, namely that advanced information should not be so detailed that students are able to predict questions, prepare or memorise answers in advance, should not be so extensive or specific that it would damage a student's progression to higher level qualifications in the subject, should still be possible to differentiate between students on the basis of their performance. Furthermore, the aim should be to cover all specification content in teaching and learning. The advanced information is an aid to focus revision. So this is what EDUCAS decided. All components in advanced level psychology should have some element of advanced information. Although due to the nature of content covered in the components, the amount of advanced information for each component is not equal. So in the EDUCAS advanced information, you'll find all of component 1 is covered in the advanced information, whereas only one area of the specification is identified in the advanced information for component 2, and that section A from component 3 is included in the advanced information, whereas no information regarding the content of the section B of the component 3 paper is included in the advanced information. So to understand the advanced information, it may be helpful to have a copy of the advanced information, the specification, and the 2019 past papers to hand. These can all be found on the EDUCAS AES and A-Level Psychology subject page at EDUCAS website www.educas.co.uk. So when considering the advanced information for component 1, you can see that we've identified which of the 5 specification themes, assumptions, therapies, classic research, approaches and contemporary debates, will be the focus of assessment for each of the 5 approaches. So whereas in previous years, questions about the biological approach have been drawn from assumptions, therapies, classic research, approaches and contemporary debates, in summer 2022, any question about the biological approach could only be drawn from the assumptions, therapy or classic research. For the psychodynamic, behaviourist, cognitive and positive approaches, we've also identified the specification themes which will provide the focus for assessment. It should be noted that, just as in previous years, there will only be one 24-mark contemporary debate question on the component 1 examination. However, the advance notice identifies 3 contemporary debate themes under the psychodynamic, cognitive and positive approaches. This is an example of the 7th statement noted in the Subject Information for Students and Teachers section of the advanced information, specifically that to maintain the validity of certain high tariff questions, there may be some content listed in this advanced information that does not appear within the summer 2022 examinations. So to illustrate, using the 2019 component 1 paper as an example, in light of the advanced information, questions 1, 3, 8 and 9 would be valid in the summer 2022, as they are assessing themes identified in the advanced information, whereas questions 2, 4, 5, 6 and 7 from the 2019 paper would not be valid in summer 2022, as they're assessing content from themes not identified in the advanced information. In component 2, most of the specification deals with research methods content, and as this knowledge was considered to be important in terms of progression, no research methods content has been included in the advanced information. The advanced information does, however, note that a proportion of assessment will be drawn from social psychology. So to illustrate, using the 2019 component 2 paper as an example, in light of the advanced information, question 6 part A would be valid in summer 2022, as it is assessing social psychology, which has been identified in the advanced information. Question 6 part B, however, would not be valid in summer 2022, as that question is assessing developmental psychology, which has not been identified in the advanced information. Information regarding the remainder of content of the Component 2 examination is not included in this advanced information, which means that anything from the remainder of the specification content for Component 2 could be assessed in the summer 2022 Component 2 examination. In Component 3, in Section A, in order to ensure parity in the range of revision required for each of the applications, each application has identified 3 of the usual 5 areas of content from which the focus of assessment will be drawn. For each of the applications, the characteristics, the methods of modifying, and one of the 3 categories of explanations, biological, individual differences, or social psychological, has been identified as being a focus of assessment. So to illustrate, using the 2019 Component 3 paper as an example, in light of the advanced information, Question 1 Part A would be valid in summer 2022 as it is assessing the characteristics of addictive behaviours, which has been identified in the advanced information. Question 1 Part B would not be valid in summer 2022 as that question is assessing individual differences explanations of addictive behaviours, and the advanced information has identified social psychological explanations of addictive behaviours. A few final thoughts. Statement 5 from Subject Information for Students and Teachers states that some questions may be answerable using more than one area of specified content, including ones not listed. This means that in Component 1 and in Section A of Component 3, although you will not be directly assessed on content not listed in the advanced information, you could choose to use material from areas not included on the advanced information in your answers if you wish. Statement 6 from Subject Information for Students and Teachers states that students will be expected to draw on knowledge, skills and understanding from across the specification when responding to synoptic questions. The synoptic questions are in Section B of Component 3, which is not covered by this advanced information. This means that in your response to the question you choose to answer in Section B, you'll be expected to include appropriate and relevant evidence, which may be drawn from areas covered and not covered in the advanced information for Component 1, Component 2, and Component 3, Section A. You can be reassured that the exam papers will look exactly the same as they always have. And finally, the aim should still be to cover all specification content in teaching and learning. I hope this podcast has been useful to you. If you're a teacher and need further support, please do contact our subject team. Our contact details can be found on the EDUCAST website, www.educast.co.uk, and we're on hand to help you. If you're a learner and unsure about anything, please do ask your teacher and they'll be able to tell you everything you need to know as you prepare and revise for this summer's exams.